When your old career gives you lemons, throw in some ice, mix in some vodka, and call it a podcast. From the Mac of All Trades studio in Fairport and driven by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Thanks for getting your pot on. Thanks for telling a friend. That's how we spread the word about the pirate ship.
Jesus Christ, that nose was leading the way out there. Holy shit.
What?
That woman had a nose that could lead the fucking parade.
Jesus Christ. I've often thought, should I buy another camera? With what money, I'm not sure.
And just put it out in the window?
Yeah.
You could have done it today. You got an extra camera.
That's true. I can. I still can. Yeah. You know what? If our guest shows up, because the guest is going to be on the computer, maybe every once in a while, if we see something, we'll just pop over and see if he reacts to it.
I can run out and moon the camera if you want.
That would be funny. Oh, my God. I have, I don't know what end is up anymore. I got to make some changes and things with my son living with me. It's just becoming a lot here.
Oh, poor Bill with one kid.
No, stop.
One kid.
Stop. Oh, okay.
I get 3 next week.
Yeah, I get it. And you've got tag team people there. You're not alone. You got a tag team partner.
Oh, she's alone. I don't fucking do shit.
But I'm just like,
I'm in the garage tag teaming with Bob, teaming the beers.
And by the way, I'm not even saying, I don't mean to sound like I'm complaining, but those were choices that were made, right? And circumstances that be. But it just, and it's good. It's just a lot. And I have to just change some schedule things.
When she sent him up, did she say no takebacks?
No. No. That's terrible. And it's been a year of an academic year of transitions, and he's done really well. He's actually done really well.
And that's what you were worried about, coming from the non-traditional school to going to 5 days a week.
You got it. That is exactly right. And then I just have had my own, just have those days once in a while. Just a day. I don't know if it's the weather. I'm not sure. A little cranky.
You're not drinking as much. That's what it is.
That's definitely true. I am not.
And you're still plumped up. How's that possible?
I am 50 pounds heavier than I think I've ever been, that I can remember. I don't remember seeing these numbers on the scale.
Welcome. Welcome to the club.
No, fuck off. Dude, I have got to drop it. And so I want you to know that it is a battle for me. It's a battle. And I must not have been sleeping enough, so I'm trying to get like 7 hours of sleep a night. But podcast stuff, Jameson stuff, I go home and I go, I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to eat when I get home.
Do you have energy? Are you lacking energy sometimes?
Sometimes
I'm lagging. Low T?
I probably do. I would like to go. I've been seriously considering trying some testosterone stuff. I might be a little pep in my step, or I may have to start first with working out and see on a regular basis and see, because that always does make me feel better.
Well, I'll get your fat ass on Danny's prayer list, so he'll start praying for your fat to go away.
It's going to melt away. Abra-ca-Jesus. So I go home and I say this to myself all the time. I'm just going to tell you, like last night. Last night, I think I came here and I'm like, you know what? I got Jameson all set up with dinner, made the dinner for him. I said, buddy, and I grabbed 2 protein bars. I go, that's all I'm going to eat. That's it. I'm not eating anymore.
How'd that work out for you?
Come here, do the podcast, go home, and I'm like, got him peanut butter and jelly, and I like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I almost made the exact same thing. Not last. I was gonna toast.
What the fuck is it about a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Peanut butter and jelly. I was gonna just do the toasted bread.
Yeah.
With peanut butter.
Okay.
And just slap them together in a sandwich.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Toasted bread with peanut butter. Yeah.
Just go that route.
So
it melts a little bit.
I picked up some kind of natural peanut butter. I don't know. So I go home and
buddy, that'll kill you. Look at the ingredients. It'll kill you.
I have I have one of those. Actually, I start out with half of one. Then I noticed I forgot I bought him ice cream, so I have a spoonful of ice cream. Then I remember that I bought him the crunchy Cheetos. I like those. So I decided to sit down and watch a little of the Warriors-Rockets game as the Rockets are blowing the Warriors off the court at this point in the game. I think they did end up winning, but not by the margin that they were up. I think at halftime, honestly, was 76-42 or something. Close to that. So I watched that. I ate a handful of that. Then I go back. Then I have like 2 more peanut butter jelly sandwiches. I can't fucking stop eating. And I think it's because I'm thinking about it. And I go, don't eat. And it makes me eat. You ever do that? Like, have you?
No, I just eat.
Well, I mean, do you ever like I've always been that way. If people told me not to do something, it's all I can think about. I end up fucking doing it.
Yep.
It's a bad thing. And the eating after late for me.
For me, it's don't get drunk on the weekend, don't get drunk on the weekend,
right.
and
then I get drunk.
Cocked.
Yeah. Mine is don't get drunk and don't pay attention to the things that people are saying to you, blah, 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 blah. And the next thing I know, sometimes I'm in the back of an Uber.
I'm doing a set.
I'm doing a set. So anyway, yes. So that I blew that up like 50 pounds. And that is a real battle that I'm having. Real battle. Now, I'm not kidding. And it's just been funny. Like, I should write down the shit that I eat when I go home, just to
it'll make you cry.
Come in here and read it, because it would be that funny. We had a story last night about a stepmom in Florida. The stepmom who got caught having sex with her 15-year-old stepson on the couch by her husband. They kept calling him a blue-collar husband. The boy, when he woke up to the father, as they're both passed out because they had been smoking a THC, weed pen, the boy ran out of the house naked, and the father went out, got him to get some clothes on, and brought him over to his grandparents and told him that he ruined his life. The father ruined his life. And probably true. Probably shouldn't have said it. Oh, and the father drank a beer on the way to dropping off the kid at grandma and grandpa's house.
That's how I'd roll.
I mean, it's just, that's sort of the thing. But then I get a story today from a great listener, Kim. Kim sends me this, and it has nothing. It's along the same lines, I'll say, but it's not a stepmom thing. And I think that stepmom stuff, I swear to God, it's like porn predicts this shit before it actually happens, or it puts it in people's minds. But there is a story, and I will have you guess the state, that a teacher is accused of sending an inappropriate letter to one of his 11-year-old students. What state do you think that would be? There's only one state that can be.
I always want to go Florida.
Yeah, you're right. But this guy, I can't read. It read in part, I truly love you no matter what. That will never change. I can't tell if this is a teacher who really gives a shit about the kids and was using words that I don't know where this school is. I don't know if these kids are coming from, I'll say, rough neighborhoods or whatever. I'm not exactly sure. But I think this is the news story right here. We will check it out right now.
A Manatee County mother and father are speaking out tonight after they say their daughter was given an inappropriate letter from her teacher at B.D. Gullett Elementary School. 8 on her side has learned that teacher has since resigned and is being investigated by both the school district and the Manatee County Sheriff's Office. News Channel 8's Nicole Rogers joins us now live at that elementary school in Lakewood Ranch. Nicole.
Okay, so I didn't realize it was an 11-year-old little girl. But this guy writes, since you made me mad the other day and made me throw away my note back to you, I guess I will start over. I'm sorry for putting slime all over you yesterday.
That's the kid or the teacher?
I'm thinking this is the teacher's note. I think we could have some fun together, but didn't think about getting upset with me. I truly love you, and no matter what, that will never change. I really love being your teacher, and more importantly, I love how close we have gotten this year. This is something somebody writes in your yearbook.
And then KIT with your phone number.
Yeah, right? I mean, don't they do this is insane. Here we go.
Josh Paula, the student's mother, gave the letter to the Manatee County Sheriff's Office, but was able to share a copy with Aid on Your Side. She says this letter was given to her 11-year-old daughter by her 5th grade teacher. Now, we are not identifying the student for her privacy, nor are we identifying the teacher because at this hour, he has not been charged.
What's he going to be
charged with? This whole nightmare started when we discovered a 2-page letter.
Ann Mitchell gave
a 2-page letter. This does sound like grooming, does it not?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it really does. This is it's a little insane here. All right. Got a home improvement conundrum? Time to call in the superheroes. Mac of all trades. Leaky faucet. Wall that mysteriously has a hole in it. Kitchen looking like it's stuck in the 90s. Mac of all trades is here to save the day. No capes, just expert repairs, remodeling, and handyman services that get the job done right. Call them today at 585-202-9218. That's 585-202-9218. Or visit them online at macofalltrades.net, because every home needs a hero. Mac of all trades. When life takes an unexpected turn, you need someone who's going to stand by your side. At Circulaw, they understand that good people can find themselves in difficult situations. Whether it's a DWI charge or being accused of a crime you didn't knowingly commit, your rights matter, and protecting them is Circulaw's priority. As your defense attorneys, they'll meticulously analyze every aspect of your case, from understanding the charges to dissecting applicable laws and statutes. They believe everyone deserves a fair trial and proper justice. Why face the legal system alone? Let Circulaw help protect your rights and guide you through this challenging time. Contact them today at 585-385-2510 or reach out through their secure email at circulaw.com. That's SERCU law.com. Circulaw, your rights, their commitment. Earl David Reed, what's going on, Earl?
How you doing?
Earl, you know,
I gotta tell you,
what?
You know, a couple years ago, you go on this little podcast thing. Now, Vilified's a big thing. You got Bert Kreischer working with you now. And I gotta tell you,
so I gotta take my shirt off.
But I tell you what, man, it's good to see you. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you as well, Earl. Earl is in incredible shape. Has remained in incredible shape. Earl does some things that I don't know. Did you talk about this a lot? I don't know if you did or not. Bodybuilding.
Not really. I think I did a little bit when I was on the radio, but yeah. I naturally bodybuild.
Yeah.
My brother, who's older than me, goes, why does a 64-year-old guy have to walk around with abs? He goes, what's that all about? So I'm getting older, but I'm still training and everything. So, I mean, and actually it's kind of helping me out in some other things that I'm kind of branching off from the stand-up from. So
my wife asked why a 48-year-old guy walks around with flabs, so it's the same thing.
But Earl does that. Go ahead, Earl. What were you going to say?
No, go ahead. I got you.
And then I think Earl also has trained dogs, which what are their dock dogs? Am I correct?
Yeah, one dog is a dock diving dog, Gabe, and he last year was his last year, so he ended up retiring like 4th in the world. But they're rescue dogs. I mean, it's like if anything teaches you anything, it's like, you know, people go out and they buy these dogs that are trained to jump and everything else like that, and then we got the rescues, and the rescues all of a sudden, you know, just knew how to do it, you know, and it's pretty much so they end up really, really well. They came up on a truck from Alabama, for God's sake, and then that rescue from Alabama.
It's like the Underground Railroad of dogs.
What's that?
It's like the Underground Railroad of dogs.
Yeah, well, it was rough when we first got them because they were racist. And you know, and I'll tell you what, I've never heard the N-word bark before.
No,
it was a lot of fun, and they're doing well. They're doing really well. So how you doing, man? How you hanging in there?
I'm hanging in there, Earl. It's been an adventure. I've had
He's getting thick.
I'm getting thick. I had my kid move up from Alabama to live with me.
Okay.
So he's been living with me now. He was living in Athens, Alabama, which is in northern Alabama near Huntsville. Mm-hmm. And when I was on radio and I was on a station in Huntsville too, so I would go down there and do stuff out of their studios, which was like Earl was on. I think it was on like Farmers Road or something. It was nothing but fields around it. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, I remember following the GPS going, where the fuck am I?
All racism, all the time. WRAC.
But Earl, I'd like to talk to you. I've always wanted to like talk to you beyond just, radio hallway stuff. Hey, what's going on? Because you've had quite the run in comedy. And I remember your first stint in Rochester, you were part of Brother Weeze's show, and you were beloved, and then whatever happened there. But did you did you do pilots or something, or go out to LA to try out?
Listen, I've done just about everything you can do in this business as far as pilots is concerned. And anyone who wants to get in this business, I say, fuck you. It's not a business that likes anybody. It doesn't really care. Comedy is one of these things now where, it used to kind of branch into some other stuff, but there's so many people that are doing it now. I mean, everyone's a comedian. It's like if I put on a Marine uniform and parade up and down downtown Rochester and not be a Marine, I can get screwed. But, you can tell one joke at an open mic night and you can call yourself a comedian. Yeah. So there's just a ton of them out there now. I mean, it's kind of getting really weird because also, the media has like maybe a good 40 or 50 people that they ram down your throat. And so now people are getting to the point where they go, hey, it's not one of those 40 or 50. So how good can they be? And why should I go see them pretty much? So that's the kind of fight that you have to go on with it now, and I've had a really good run. I can't complain. If I could do it all over again, a couple little lefts instead of little rights. But other than that, it all worked out fine.
I think that's the one thing with Rochester, though, is Rochester seems to get all the comedians, not just those 40 or 50, because we've had the clubs here for so long, and Mark's done so well with promoting everything that it you could go see I can't even remember the guy we saw, the Indian guy, but he was hysterical.
Yeah, he was hysterical.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name.
That's the good thing about Mark's club, that, with comedy at the Carlson, which I'll be there this weekend, comedy at the Carlson. One of the good things about his club is, your comedy club, theoretically, it's supposed to be like your favorite steakhouse. It's like, you don't know who's making the steak, but when you go, the steak's going to be good. And so that's why I think it's like with the comedy club. That's what Mark does. He brings in good acts. So that's going to actually expand that horizon, other than that, because now you got to see people live because everybody has a special now. So it's like, a special's not special, I
agree with that. That's interesting. Earl, I hadn't really thought about comedy that way, but it is. You're right. I mean, we're sort of oversaturated with stuff.
Yeah.
And we're seeing it so much. It pops up on all your socials.
On your Facebook, you get a quick 10 seconds. It was Nimesh Patel is what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
And you get a 10-second bit of him doing some crowd work or something, and then you move on.
Right.
And that's the thing. You're right. And the thing about that now is like, this is why a lot of people don't want anyone filming them, because it's like, well, listen, you're going to film it and you're going to, you're going to put it up there, and it's not basically what I'd want up there or something like that. And it's not the interpretation of it. Like I catch someone filming me. I go, well, let me see the footage. And then I can have my people edit it the way it's going to make me look good instead of something that's out of context.
Right.
Right. But that's a whole other problem now. And the crowds are getting a little funkier now too. It's like they're getting a little bit more trickier, and it's turning out to be a lot more women than it is men nowadays. So.
What, that are meaning misbehaving in the clubs?
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I see it.
Because no one really wants to throw a woman out, you know?
They don't.
And so they have a little bit more latitude.
Wow.
Well, that's when we went and saw Cam Patterson, who's been a regular on Kill Tony.
Yeah.
And he had like 3 different camera guys walking around shooting reactions and shooting his shot. I'm like, what is this, a freaking television production here? You got 3 camera guys?
It's all about attention, though. It's all about attention. Yeah. And if you can get the attention and you can get the eyes, you can do that sort of thing. But if you're not able to do that, I never thought of it, because Earl, I have to tell you, go see Earl, because you talk about crowd work, and that's become like now the thing that we see everybody doing. Earl does crowd work. I didn't know you had a memory. I did a
Saturday Late Show the last time he was in town, and the entire set was crowd work, and it was fucking hysterical.
Well, and that's the funny thing now. It's like all of a sudden now people are like, comedy goes in waves. There's still people that don't respect the crowd work sort of thing. And the reason why I actually got into it is because long before I met Rife or someone else like that and everything, is because back in the day, you would do these comedy clubs, and they would go Wednesday through Sunday. You know, it wasn't just a 3-day thing. And it was like a Funny Bone in St. Louis, and they'd have a show Wednesday, which was the open mic night. And then you had to go on after that to do 10 minutes to show the people what they would get if they came on the weekend. So you had one show Wednesday, one Thursday, 2 Friday, 3 Saturday, and 1 on a Sunday. And I did it 1 week of that, and I went, I can't. It's easier for me to work what's in front of me than to try to remember what I've said before. And I'll tell you what, you get to a midnight show on a Saturday after 2 other shows, and you can't remember anything. You can't remember anything. So.
Yeah. How many shows are you doing nowadays?
Well, I only do 2 comedy clubs. I do one in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the night before Thanksgiving in Harrisburg, and then pretty much comedy at the Carlson. I do like a lot of small theaters and everything.
Yeah.
And I found out, which is really interesting, is they started teaching me as performance art and not comedy. For some reason, that seems to work better.
Really?
Yeah, because like I and all of a sudden I just start like being myself. So there's a little bit of truth in there, a little bit of motivating in there. A couple of really cool things that I found out about myself, and I share that with. So it's kind of turned into this whole thing. So once I change it from just being this regular stand-up thing, I mean, you come to a show and it's me, and if you don't know me, and you see me walk out on the stage, and I got this big stage set that looks like a construction site and everything, you know, people are like, okay, this guy must be something. But once I tweak from the hey, you know, joke, because first of all, I don't have that kind of skill to be able to do that. And but it seemed to work out better for some reason.
Yeah, well, that's great. You do a lot of theaters. Theater shows are that's fun. That's where you want to be.
Well, yeah, I think what it is like for me, I have a sweet spot for me. I do a 500-seat thing. You know, if I can do that, I can depend on that. Like you see, like these guys, like the Burt Kreisers and these guys doing these freaking arenas, and it's like. It's a great money grab, but why would I pay $75 at least for a ticket to sit way up there just to wait for it to see him walk out live? Well, basically. But the only thing that really I miss about radio is once I left, there were some topics that were really that got really good.
Oh yeah, that
I wish I could have discussed. You know.
Yep.
But that was the thing. But the second time they brought me in for the second time in Rochester for entertainment, and then you had all this political stuff, and you had what was the guy that got killed by the cops and everything.
Yeah.
So everything became, you know, white people calling up, going, Earl, why can't we do this or why can't we say that? And people would have a total, they would have a total misinterpretation. Like I said, well, you know, I was talking to you know, in my world, you know, whatever. And people go, what do you mean your world? You weren't growing up in the hood or anything else like that. And I go, well, my world doesn't necessarily mean the hood.
Right.
You smug white son of a bitch.
Exactly.
It means my life.
Yes, right.
In my world is my world. It's not the world you think it is.
Right.
So it got to be a little annoying after a while. And then it was like, you know what? I'm not even here to be entertaining anymore. Now I'm just fielding questions of people who feel like they're oppressed.
What's it like to be black?
Yeah, that's what it is now. I'll tell you, it's a whole lot of fun, actually. It's a lot more, you know. I just sit here, I tell jokes, you know, collect reparation checks. I mean, it's the best thing that can ever happen to me.
It gets.
I couldn't think of a worse idea, quite frankly. I don't know if this is going to get me in trouble, but hey, no black people come see me anyway. So how about this? Here's the thing. It's like they say, well, reparation. I'm going, well, how do you decide who gets what?
Right.
Okay. Right. How do you decide who gets what? And listen, as a culture, our spending habits aren't the best. So it's like, it's true.
Didn't Elon cut those off with the Doge, though?
Well, that's the thing. It's like, people are like, well, you know, let's get this and everything. And I guess, you know what it is? I'll tell you, this is for true. When I was growing up, my mother sat me down as a little kid. She says, you know what? There are going to be some people in this world that are going to not like you because you're black, but you still have to like people for their character. And I grabbed on that and I just ran with it. Yeah. And I got to hell with that to this day. So it's really weird. So when I sit there and I watch TV sometimes and I look around my house and I go, boy, if I'm a victim, I'm sure doing it wrong, you know? So, I mean, it's just one of these things where that's what I like about comedy, because it's the last thing that's trying to pull us together. And I'm almost thinking you really can't offend anybody comedically anymore. You know, you get people that get a little crispy over it, but you know,
Yeah.
I don't. I think we're past that part of it.
Yeah, I think we're past that part of it too. I at least I would hope. It's interesting because I see a lot of comics today as almost modern day philosophers, pointing out the absurdity of things. And the way you're doing your show now, man, I would love to see this, because I liked the way you even tied in, and you talked about your dad and things in your previous shows. I don't know about the failures and things, but I love hearing you like sort of examine that a little bit, because I think failure is such an important piece, but we all hate it because we
hate it. But sometimes, it's like, is there really a failure? It's like, here's a perfect example. So the other day here at the house, my alarm goes off in the middle of the night. Okay, my security alarm.
Yeah.
So I think someone's breaking into the house. So I get up and I don't have a bat because I'm not cool enough to have a gun. I know there's a lot of guns. I'm not against guns.
Yeah, me neither, but I don't have any. I don't own them.
I just know I'm not responsible. And I mean, I drop my phone 3 times a day, and it's and I don't have to worry about shooting off my penis when it hits the ground.
Exactly.
So I don't worry about that. But so it turned out to be a water alarm. So I went downstairs and my sump had stopped and the basement had semi-flooded.
Ugh.
And that was a pain in the neck. And then I was like, 2 nights before that, if not the night before, I was sitting there and I was down in my family room, because I have the family room, I have a theater room, and then I have like a gym there. And I was looking at the carpet in there and I was like, man, you know what? I said, oh God, help me just make some extra money, if there's such a thing, to change this rug out. Okay. And he did it. He flooded me. So he said he wasn't going to do it by flood again, but he lied. So out of all of that stuff, I get new carpet out of it. And it's like, sometimes I just look at life and I just try to figure out, sometimes things happen for a reason. The guy that came out there to clean up, they sent him out. He did a fantastic job. It was his first job. Okay.
Really?
And then it was his first job. And then the person who came out to do the baseboards, was his first job with his son, because his son started to want to work with him and everything. So I said, well, sometimes I'm just in the way of a higher being trying to help other people. Sometimes I get used as that person,
Yeah.
And then I thought about that. Meanwhile, he could have just hit me up with an instant scratch ticket too, but
I never,
that would have been easier.
Let me ask, are you would you consider yourself a religious guy?
I think I'm spiritual.
Yeah, me too. I would say spiritual. That's what I would say. And I do believe in what you're saying. I don't know if I would use the same God as source or whatever, but I often think that things happen for a reason, and it's all our fault. It's just, what frequency are you vibrating on that's bringing or keeping something away? And I don't know. I always found you really interesting, Earl. I wish I had talk to you more. It was just our schedules were a little off because you were doing afternoons and I was trying to get the fuck out of there.
This might even be my last time coming through there.
What?
Up Rochester, as far as the club is concerned, for a while anyway, because I want to work on some other things and like I got my training going on, and I actually went to somebody who sat down and was able to, a friend of mine in LA, and just said, listen, just assess who I am as a performer. I know you like me as a person, but let me assess who I am as a performer. So what he basically did was tell you where I could be a little bit stronger at, some things that I wasn't taking advantage at. Particularly my age and the shape that I'm in and stuff. And, that might be, it. I mean, and he says, listen, he goes, I'm not saying you got to get up there and take your shirt off on stage, but Bert Kreischer takes his shirt off and he's in the worst shape ever. Right. And that just seems to be his thing. And that's fine. But so he just went over this whole different thing with me to find out how I could be a better person going into whatever I have left as far as this business is concerned. I should have done that a little bit sooner. But coming to Carlson this weekend, man, it's always going to be a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun.
All the funny ones are retiring. Earl's retiring. Slayton's retiring.
Wait, you're not retiring though, are you?
No. I'm not retiring. I'm just going to situate on a couple of other things. It's so funny too, is I see that club and Mark's got a lot of talent coming in there, and and I look at it and I go, well, there's a lot of talent coming in there. I know there's people he wants to get in there. I'm not saying he's doing me a solid because I earned my spot to perform there. I didn't DEI my way in there.
No, of course.
I earned my spot to perform there. And so, but it's like, okay, well, maybe it opens it up for a couple of other people. And then I get to go and perform and work on some other things that I'm working on performance-wise too. I actually have a better angle of getting to another level, juxtapositioning this at this point. So, but that's still my favorite place to play. It's the best thing. Mark has worked his ass off for that club, and Charest too. They both did. They worked their asses off. Remember that place was over there in Webster, next to the Botanical Bull, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he's actually worked it out, and it's a better place now. Yeah.
You almost sound a little melancholy. I don't like the tone here.
No, I'm good. It's like, it's one of these things where I'm going, okay, I'm excited about what I'm getting ready to do, but sometimes you have to sit there and you go, okay, you got, and not cut the fat, but you just have to streamline some of the things that you're thinking. Yeah. The good thing about what I like about Mark is anytime I call, Mark picks up the phone.
Yeah.
He picks up the phone and he'll chat with me and he'll say, hey man, this is what I need to do. Or, he'll put me in sometime and I know he gets this, I got a movie to here or whatever, or stuff like that. And, and I get it. And I mean, I understand him and it's a great club. Yeah. And like you said, they bring in a lot of big names in there. So.
Yeah, they do. But you are certainly one I think that is worth checking out and seeing. And I'm excited for you if you're working on new stuff. I think that's smart. Everybody should have sort of a coach, right? Because we get too close to it. So to have some fresh eyes or fresh ears on whatever you're doing is interesting. And sometimes because we're so close to it, it's almost like your baby. It's like your arm. Somebody's saying something nasty. It hurts. And you almost have to give yourself a day to swallow it and go, okay, I get it. I get it for what it is and not, there's the business side and the emotional side of things. And I think that a lot of times when you're a performer of any kind, the emotions are what you feel first, not the message.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. But it's a funny thing too, is like you do get really close to all of this stuff and it becomes a part of you, of who you are. But I got to tell you, when I started out and did TV and all this other stuff in the beginning, I wouldn't want to start out that was the best time to start out. Now it's like, there's so many people. I mean, Rochester has the funniest person in Rochester contest, and it's like 3 or 4 weekends. There's like 100 people coming out. Yeah. And the funny thing about being a comedian is there's no one to tell you can't do it.
If you can't sleep at 2 a.m., why count sheep when you can count savings instead? Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram makes it easy to shop anytime in any attire at victorcdjr.com. That's right. No need to put on pants. Browse their entire Ram 1500 truck inventory from the comfort of your couch. Right now, check out the incredible deals on the Ram 1500 Tradesman Crew Cab 4x4. You can lease it for just $329 per month for 39 months. First payment, DMV taxes, and fees due at signing. Need financing? Head to the Finance tab on victorcdjr.com. Use their payment calculator to see what your payments could be and get pre-approved with just a few clicks. When you're ready, the only thing left to do is to visit Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in person. And we ask that you put on pants first. So remember, even when you can't sleep, victorcdjr.com is always awake and waiting for you. Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, where your dream ride is just a click away. I always liked Earl.
I love Earl.
Earl got I think he's great on stage. I really do.
He is a fantastic. If you have not seen Earl.
He's a great entertainer.
In the time you've lived in this town, you got to go see Earl.
He's a great entertainer. And he was always very nice to me. And I think what I was going to say to him, and I didn't, is it's hard when you are replacing, like he was brought in to replace Kimberly and Beck.
They were set up to fail.
Well,
I feel like that they were set up to fail.
The thing is, like, people used to always go, you want to be the guy after the guy. You don't want to be the guy after the guy. You want to be the guy after the guy after the guy.
Right.
Right. You want to be like the next, because they're not going to instantly love whatever comes next. Right. But
It was the name recognition with Earl.
Yeah.
But then they didn't put the right people around Earl.
Whether they did or didn't, I don't know. Here's what I would say, though, is I think what happens a lot of times in any company, and if you run a company, the purpose is to make money. And so what'll happen is there'll be like knee-jerk reaction. Hey, this isn't the way they did it or what brought success. And you start getting too many hands in the pot and too many people trying to direct you to the point where when you're the talent, you can no longer think. And now you start trying to go, well, let me do something that's going to get them off my back, or let me do something that's going to make them happy. Well, that's not necessarily what the audience wants. And so that's why...
That might not be your shtick either.
It may not be your shtick. And my thing was always like, if you got to be authentically you, and some people love you, some people hate you, but somewhere along the line, it'll somehow balance out. And I think that I always felt like when he was here, I know that there were meetings every single fucking day. Meetings that they had to go to with management every day. And I go, you can't do that.
That would drive me up.
No, but the thing is, you can't do that because that's putting a governor on. And take it away from radio. Any job, if the boss is on your ass every day going, I don't care if you're putting spark plugs in a lawnmower and they're going, did you turn those clockwise? Every day, hey, let me see. You're going to fucking hate it.
I would quit.
Or you would get to the point where you're going to look to them to make sure that you're not getting snapped at today. And maybe that's a bad analogy, but it just becomes hard to do your job because you feel like there's no room. Earl never fucking complained ever. Never. I would have bitched up. Ask Danny when we worked together. I was always bitching, but I would bitch to them going, you need to back the fuck off because this is how... Okay, it worked out for me in those situations, but I felt bad for him because, you were coming in after people who had done very, very well.
It's got to make him happy to know that he was replaced by something that just was an absolute abomination. And it hasn't gotten much better after that abomination.
Really?
Yeah.
No. I don't mean that. I mean, I was thinking of those two guys. What was their name? Rizzo and Jeff.
Yeah.
They're now, I see them on social media sometimes.
They're somewhere.
In North Carolina.
Oh. The big time.
I thought they were doing well. I don't know. Hey, look, you got a dream and you want to do it. I will always say, like, I'm not going to knock you. I get how hard this can be or not be. I get that there's always going to be somebody who thinks they're better or funnier.
Listen, you've put up with my Make-A-Wish for 3 years now.
Yeah, but I don't. I don't feel like that at all. But I'll say I remember being in radio and trying to figure out what can I do that's going to get them happy instead of just being me. Because there were bosses that loved me for me, and then there were guys who were like, well, you should do a little more of this. You should do a little more of that. And so you start questioning it, and you can't because those guys the shit runs downhill. They're getting pressure on them, so they're going to put pressure on you, and no one can figure out anything. And a
lot of those program directors can't fucking do it, and that's why they're on the programming side.
Well, it's
I can think of one in my head immediately.
There's a couple, and I would just, but in any job, right, that middle management is the worst place to be because the shit runs onto them, and then if they're not good at controlling their emotions and stuff, they convey a message. Like I have seen this happen. I have seen a boss, and I was in a meeting one day, go in and go, you gotta talk to these guys. I don't know what the fuck they're doing in there, but they got to be reined in and blah, 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 blah. So the guy goes down and he starts like kicking, what are you guys doing? And he's yelling. And instead of take what the message you just got, digest it a little bit, and then go, how would I want to hear this if I were on the radio, and how do I steer these guys? I'm telling you, most of life is about being a fucking matador and getting people to come over here. Come over here, come over here, come over here. I say that all the time about my son. I am a matador. I see what's happening. If I come in, because you're much like my personality, my kid, I go, if they told me I don't want you doing X, Y, and Z,
I'm doing X,
Y, and Z when every chance you can't find. I will find a way to get X, Y, Z, and I'll even throw a new ABC in there that you have no idea about. I don't want that. I don't need that. He doesn't need that. So my thing is, let's be a matador. I see what's happening. I recognize it. I'm not standing up and cheering about it. But hey, man, why don't we try this? And that's how I do it. I think you need to do that. I'm not going to say it's going to be an easy thing and it's going to happen all the time. But middle management needs to learn that strategy, because when, and there are some great middle managers, wonderful, like truly great people who can protect you from some of the onslaught that comes.
Yeah.
And then there are ones that just, they have no fucking clue. They just get run over.
My boss is that exact way. He listens to what's coming down.
Yeah.
He listens to what's coming up, and he finds that middle ground where we're right there.
Here's what we need. Right.
We're gonna bitch about this and this and this and this.
Yeah.
They're gonna bitch about this and this. How can we avoid everybody?
You
bitching?
need somebody who can be a thinker and see it for what it is. That's all. You got to see it for what it is. And that's why I always say nowadays, I think that our knee-jerk reaction is the first one is usually the wrong one that all of us have in certain situations, whether it be a kid, a relationship, a job, anything, road rage. The first reaction is usually going to be the one that you go, fuck, I wish I didn't do that.
Oh, shoot first, ask questions later is not a good idea anymore?
Yeah, damn it. You know what I'm saying? That sort of thing. And I think if you can give yourself that proverbial beat, some kind of, I don't know, a little pocket between knee-jerk and reality, yeah, you'll do okay. Everything will be okay. That's the way I see it. I don't know. But it's so funny. I have to tell you, like today too, I think that, how do I say this without like totally blowing my cover on a lot of stuff? But there was a lot of like little flirtations towards me today, I think. Someone telling
from the situation last Thursday at Mulconnery?
No. No. The situation last, Jesus Christ. It's making me sound like a no, I went somewhere today and but yeah.
Oh.
But there were a lot of things that were said.
A rendezvous.
A lot of things. You got to be careful with it. And to the point where somebody else that works there came over, commented about her outfit, wondered why she was wearing it, and then said, I looked at the book and I saw who was coming in.
Oh.
How about that? I was flattered a little bit.
Wait till you're borrowing one of Laura's extra rooms.
I will never do that. Ever. But I'm just saying, like, there were things. And I think sometimes in those situations, like, I just, I hear about the person says they're a lot of fun. I'm like, okay, I get it.
You and Earl could go on a Webster Mom's double date.
No, absolutely not. On that note, Kevin,
Cobblestone at Maine. We're coming.
Well, I do love Cobblestone on Maine. That is a great place. Cobblestone on Maine, right there in the heart of downtown beautiful Webster, the village of Webster, really.
Yeah.
It really is. And it's nice there. And you go out to Cobblestone on Maine, upscale bar. They always have great food.
My wife doesn't drink that much,
Yeah.
but she will always have a drink or two at Cobblestone because they'll make something for her.
Yeah.
And she'll just be like, this is fantastic. And
Yeah.
then I'll go buy the stuff, try to make it home, and she's like, this tastes like shit.
Yeah. It's great craft cocktails, great craft beers, upscale bar, fun place to hang out, really, really good atmosphere. Dan Bresnahan and his family have done a fantastic job over there. The food is really impressive.
To die for.
It really is. I mean, just down to the shareables, like the nachos that don't get soggy.
I haven't
but
had the nachos in so long.
But the pork chops that they do and the variety and how they change it up, it's really, really impressive. I have no idea how to cook any of that stuff and like that well. And every time there isn't anything on that menu that you go, oh, I wish I tried something else.
We were going to go a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And she was finishing up work, so I started having a drink in the garage. And
that was the end of
I'm
that.
like, I can't make it all the way to Webster now. Which sucked because I was really looking forward to going out there.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll have to do, we got to get back to our nights, our fun nights. We said we were going to do them and I didn't do them. It's my fault. Nobody
It's always
else.
your fault.
Yes, it is. It is. It is. For Kevin Muir, who will be at the Earl David Reed show. I hope that, what day are you thinking of going?
If I go, I'll probably do late Saturday.
Okay. Earl David Reed Show comedy at the Carlson. You can go to carlsoncomedy.com. Earl David Reed. I thought that he's a lot of fun. I'd like to see this because Earl he was kind of, I was hoping he would go into some stories about the days on, coming up in comedy and trying out for sitcoms and doing that sort of thing. And Earl used to be much heavier, and then he lost all the weight and got himself in incredible shape. He's been in shape for nearly 30 years now.
And he dressed like a white guy in that one picture.
On that note, I'm Bill Moran. We'll see you Monday.